Keywords in your content. Ignore any search engine optimization expert who talks about keyword density in this age. If you over-optimize and you use we-create all the way through your page just trying to get that page to rank for we-create, it's not going to rank. It's not going to rank well. It might not be included in the index. And if you do it on enough of your pages, your entire domain might get blacklisted. If you're going to do keywords, you're going to need to do them cunningly and carefully, which probably comes back to just writing natural content. Okay? Use words that people actually search for, not acronyms, short forms, or internal words. Change we're making on our website is the fact that we have connector radio, which is one of our products, spelled as one word. It means we can't word rank for the word radio or connector because it's not seen as Google as distinct, even though we've got a capitalized camel case. Okay? We should need to put a space in there. Nobody's going to search for connector radio. They're going to search for radio website. So we need to make sure that we say radio and website in our content. Okay?
So doesn't that imply though that, because I run into this a lot, when you're using phraseology, right, you've got to actually put in lots of different kinds of phraseologies.
Exactly. One of the biggest ones, one of the biggest examples that's cited in Wikipedia and all the search engine forums is cell phones. In Europe, there's a whole couple of companies where the engineers in the company carry a lot of weight, which ideally should be the case. And the engineers are adamant that they are not cell phones. Cell phone technology is 1980s technology. They're digital cell phones, they're digital phones, they're mobile phones, they're PCS phones, they're 3G networks, they're da-da-da-da-da-da. But if you looked at all of your friends who are trying to buy a new cell phone, what are they going to do? They're going to go to Google, they're going to type in cell phone, and maybe the word reviews, or where to buy, or a brand name, or something like that, if you're lucky. But they're going to type in cell phone. They're not going to type in mobile phone, or not as many of them. They're not going to type in 3G network capable phone. They're going to type in cell phones. They're going to go with generic terms. So you need to use generic terms or you won't rank your page. Optimize for phrases rather than words. We'll get to that in a second. And consider different versions of words, as was mentioned on the e-commerce earlier in the talk. Email, e-mail, capital email, e-space mail. E-commerce, e-commerce, I-commerce, online commerce. If you want to rank for all those variations, use all those variations. At the same time, that's going to make your human readers think that you don't know how to spell. So good luck. Use your keywords in the most skimmable parts. Bold, italics, headers, subheaders, titles, meta content are skimmable. Well, meta content's not skimmable until the search engine result pages, but still. Okay? Use them, but don't stuff them. Don't force them in. Don't make it unnatural. Okay? And then back, I maybe should have had the bullets in a different order. Don't optimize for travel. How many gazillions of results are out there for travel or e-commerce? If you're selling beach vacations, optimize for beach vacations. And another example, which isn't just a joke, or optimize for sex on the beach. The benefit of that is it's also the name of a drink. You might get some splash traffic for people searching for the drink in Google who rank and see your page and say, hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind going on a vacation too. So be creative.
Okay, so I heard a dirty rumor, which was that because one of the things you can do to try to beat Google, which everybody's very keen on right now, is you can use all of the meta tags. You can use all of the optimization tactics without dropping text right on a page, untagged, completely. That doesn't actually show up because the intent there, of course, is to try to get some kind of new tagger like an XML. There's strategies around XML and stuff like that as well, right? Where what you're doing is dropping in content which is not readily duplicable. You're not going for keyword density, right? You're not going for, and it's highly relevant, right? It's lots of different phraseologies, that kind of thing. So not repetition, keep the relevance, but hide the code effectively. Hide
it from the users?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we'll get to that in a minute. Do that, and your site will get blacklisted. Yeah. Have fun. We'll get to that in a second. You should not try to scam.
Is it Google. Scam though, or is it increasing the relevance?
No, it's not increasing the relevancy if the humans don't see it.
Like white text.
White on white.
Yeah, sure.
I've got a whole slide on what not to do in terms of hidden text. Titles. Use them correctly. Do not forget to put a title tag and put something useful in it. They should be unique per document. They should not just be your site's name. Don't just output them. They should be between 5 and 8 words and less than 65 characters, because that's what's going to show up in the search engine results pages, and that's the first thing a potential searcher is going to see to decide whether they care about your result or not. Put the most unique parts at the beginning, not at the end. Don't do connectedlocal.com : location, company name, like we had until yesterday afternoon. It's now company name, location, connected local. Connected local will probably get dropped off because it's beyond the 65 character limit, but who cares? Stuff that's at the beginning is unique, it's special, it's the thing that people usually search for. The earlier it is in the terms, the more likely it is to convert a searcher into a visitor of your website. Okay? Again, do not keyword stuff the title. So 2 seconds. Do not keyword stuff the title. Do not do, We-Create Inc. Websites, homepages, synonyms galore. That used to work until Google changed their algorithm. Now it hurts. Yes, Rob?
I was just going to say, useful titles for users are, if you think, what's your bookmarks? Bookmarks are still only showing the first maybe 20 to 30 characters as well. And at the top of the tabs in the browser, you're only seeing maybe 10 to 20, depending on how many tabs you've got going. So again, if you're putting the relevant content that's useful to users to be able to have in the browser, you're getting benefits in Google.
True. Your titles must be human readable. Good title is good clickbait. Like again I said, converting a searcher into a visitor. Most titles, most people agree, I don't know if I do, they're relevant, which I do agree with. They ask a question, evoke an emotion, promise to deliver something. Those aren't the titles I click on. They're usually the titles I ignore, but maybe I'm in the minority. Headings, back to the question. Use exactly one H1 tag. Do not ignore it, do not forget it, and do not use a second one. Use it first. Use it before you use H2s or H3s. Do not use an H3 before you use an H2. Make sure that they are unique to the content of the page. They're not site-wide. It's not your site's name. Don't use heading tags to make things look bold. Keep the heading short, 2 to 5 words max. They're there to help your users skim your content and have the added benefit of beefing up your keywords on the document. Use lay terms and avoid keywords whenever it looks unnatural or reads awkwardly. Otherwise, use them.